I don't know. Is the sun? Oh, you already
It's all
recording.
right. It's all right. Don't panic. Hi. This this video or this recording is basically to just for you to give us your insight as to your background and how you started your online business and came up to the point you are now.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Are you working? Are you Mummy's colleague worker?
Yes, I am Mommy's colleague work, and we are just about to do a little bit of interview with Mom because she's been having a little bit of success and people want to hear from her. So
She can't drive.
She can't drive. What did she say? Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. And can I at least focus, please? Can I do the webinar now? It's my homework. Let me do my homework. I'll join you.
Okay, are you telling her what to do?
Yes, we're going to last about 10-15 minutes.
Are you telling her to copy?
Hey, God of mercy, is this interview going to work today?
What?
No, it's not. You just need about 10-15 minutes. Royce is here. You want to say hello?
Yes, hello. Hello.
Ask her, what's your name?
What's your name?
He's talking to you, Anne. He's asking you your name.
Anne.
Come on.
What's your name? Anne.
Anne Ojile.
Ojile. What's your...
Is that all you say to her? Come on.
Her name's Blessing Ojile and her name's Cindy.
Huh? Right. That is about to get brief interview. You come back in 15 minutes.
All right, come on, go join Daddy. While I finish this interview, I will join you in a bit.
That's to help Mommy.
Come on, get going.
Now I'm going to meet my sister.
All right, go on.
So I'll go and meet my sister.
See
All
you.
right, so bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye, but I'm going to join my sister.
All right.
Okay.
You can go down. Go on, down. Quickly, Anne. Come on, get on. No, it's not a joke now. I'm serious. It's a serious business.
What is serious business? You come right inside here.
Okay.
You serious?
Anne, go join Daddy.
Is that her girl gonna talk? Yes.
Go on, please. And if you don't go on, we will go out in the evening, no? So you better get going so that it will be quick. Come on.
Royce, I gotta stay with Mommy. Help Mommy, okay? Help Mommy stay with Olivia. We're going. Yes, we're going out in the next 30 minutes. So dress up, okay? All right. Bye. Right. Sorry. 7 minutes gone. Nothing happened. It doesn't matter. You know what? See. This is the beauty of it. We are normal people. It's not like we are rocket scientists. Let's just dive straight into it. Let's do it with your daughter, the adult. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So, a little bit about yourself.
I am Blessing, and before I joined STM, I work as a process engineer somewhere in South Yorkshire. And
we live
just before that, I used to commute long hours to work. I leave the house at 5 o'clock and get back home around 6 o'clock. So I don't even get to see her before going to work in the morning. So all these were telling on me. I was a bit stressed. So, and at the back of my mind, I've always thought about how I can, do something that could yield me an income without having to stay away from her for too long. So one of those days I was going to work and I was listening to a song on YouTube when I saw this ad, and it just hit me. In fact, to be honest, I wasn't actually, usually on a good day, I'll just skip the ad. For some reason, I didn't. I was just listening to that song, that ad came up, and without looking at it, I just kept listening to the ad, and at some point, I'm like, let me see who is talking. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, okay, And you won't believe who that was. That was this guy.
It wasn't me. It was somebody content.
Yeah, so and I'm like, okay. He says his name is Pascal. One night I'm like, I'm going to listen to the end, and I did, and it said opt-in, so I opted in, and saw the link, went through the training, and it kind of hit me. This is what I want. I want something that could give me that income without having to stay away from home for too long. So
yeah, before you get to that point, a lot of people are usually, don't worry, I know you like it. A lot of people are usually in this phase of they know they need this. Much better. What is it that made the difference for you? What is it that made you like, you know what,
I'm watching now.
Sorry, come again.
But a lot of people, they have this thinking feeling. They carry it for a very long time. They might be a nurse, going to work, they're not seeing their kids. You're not the only one that is not seeing their daughter. There are a bunch of billions and billions of people that have that feeling. It's inside. What is the thing that is in you that moved you that you know what, I'm going to do this?
I think it was just an instinct to tell me this is the right thing to do. Because within me, I've been searching, but I didn't know what it was that I was searching for until I saw the ad. I'm like, that's it. That was just the instinct there. I knew inside of me that something was missing, but I didn't know how to go about it until I got into the training. And, I just felt that was the right time. I was just there. The advert came at the right time, and I was able to pick up that knowledge just then.
So following through your can you talk us through your first couple of days, how you were feeling? You know, when you start this thing, usually you must have skepticism in your back of your mind. Is this real? Is this guy trying to scam me? You know, is this fake or is this guy real? Did you have any of that going through your mind while you're going through the training?
Well, at first, yes. When I got in, I got a call and I asked a lot of questions. I needed to be sure. So when I had someone from the other end of the phone, I'm like, okay, this is not a robot, it's real. So I kind of had a little belief in it. And then I went into the training. And the training, through the training, it kind of explains to you how you can actually invest yourself into making money online. And this is not something a lot of people know about. So I think, the fact that I had someone on the call, went through the training, not just someone, I also heard from, top people in the business as well that can guide me through it. And I've seen people succeed in it as well, who's got their testimony, because there's this community that the people within the community tell their stories, their successes, and even whatever they've gone through before they got there. So it tells you that this is real people who's going through real things in life and who's been able to, go through those limitations and succeed. So these are the kind of things that, everyday people go through. And I believe I'm one of them. And I wanted my story to get to that point whereby I, break the barriers through my limitations and get to that point of success.
So when you sign up into the training, a lot of people, this is where they get started. Go into the training, you go into the membership. What was this? Because there's a book there's a quote by Napoleon Hill that I look at everybody that has been through this training and successful people. They tend to make decisions very fast. And I looked at the way you made your decision. It was pretty much fast, even though you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, but you were making those decisions fast. And something Napoleon Hill talks about in his book, that if you're going to be successful, You don't need to know what you're going to get yourself. You don't need to know how to get there, but you just need to make that decision and commit.
Yes.
What was that thing that was pushing you? Because that's a lot of people get stuck. They get held back. They can't move. They don't know what's holding them back. What was the thing that was like, what is the drive? What's your desire? What's your magnificent obsession? Why are you doing this? What was keeping you up at night?
Well, the thing is, first I told it it's my instinct. I knew it was the right thing to do, but like I said, I think the drive was her. You know,
that's the point. That's what I'm coming to. It's never you. It's never you, the person.
Yeah.
There will always be something that will be pushing that person.
I can hear you been a little bit. Can I hear?
Yeah, so a lot of people are, so what is it that you're looking to get for your daughter? What is that thing that why is she the one driving you? How is that?
So
what are you afraid of happening?
What's your name?
Well, I don't want a situation whereby every day I go to work and someday, I mean, this is UK, for example, she turns maybe 16 to 18 and she moves out, and that relationship is not their like mother and daughter relationship. And I don't want a situation whereby we both are looking at each other like strangers because we never had that time together, that mommy and daughter time. So with this business, you know, we tend to spend time together. And not just that, over the training, she's picked up a lot of things from me doing this business, like coming online on YouTube and talking on YouTube. And now she's on about having her own YouTube channel, which is something I will do for her, because we've I think with this training, it kind of has opened a lot of it has opened my mind and my eyes to a lot of opportunities out there. One of them is that she got into like a modeling thing with an agency, and they've also advised me to open that YouTube account because they could see that she's very confident talking on video and, you know, telling people about herself. So that is one of the things this training has done for me, helping me to identify who she really is and what she loves doing. So I think this is one of the things I've benefited so far, that mother and daughter relationship, and getting to know. Yes, you will. 1 minute, please.
No,
getting to know what she loves.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Now you're talking about YouTube channel.
We don't do much a lot, and
you're talking about having your own business, your own YouTube channel, and now are you going to start looking for these trainings outside, or do you know where it is, and you just know where to get them? Because a lot of people I want to start a business online, you know, and they start Googling YouTube video. They watch one after one. They listen to one person tell them one thing, another person tell them. They're getting information from like 100 people at the same time. They try to do it. It doesn't work. Now, if you're looking at somebody that wants to start this thing now, start a business online or start a YouTube channel, what would you say to that person?
I think first of all, I'll tell the person to, if you're in like as a member, what I'd say is get into the training, because it kind of educates your mind about a lot of opportunities out there. And you also get into communicating with the community, because you get to learn a lot from there. I mean, starting this journey, because I'll call it a journey, starting this journey, I've learned a lot so far from people. Now I can shoot my video, now I can do some editing, now I can create my own website, and, you know, if I've got that time, I could do for someone else. So I've picked up a lot of things, you know, along the journey. And these are the things that, as a process engineer, that is like a side skills as well. And I've also looked online to see this sort of jobs, and they do pay well. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this for myself, but some people are even going to work earning money from there. So if you're also looking for a career shift, you can, I mean, with the skills that you're gaining, doing this for yourself as a business, it's up to you what you want to do. Where do you want to take your business to? Yeah.
So now let's talk about the timeline, because a lot of people will benefit from, a lot of people are going to benefit from this in terms of the timeline. You know, when you started, what you went through, because your journey is not like somebody looking at you now. You bought the products in Amazon. They'll think, you just got into the training, you got the money, you just paid it, and the product came out on the other side. Just tell us just give us like a timeline of how it happened, because it's never going to go according to plan. I know that for sure, but so just tell us how was your journey?
To be honest, it had some dips, and like some places where I had to soar. So dips is that when I first got into the training, I'm not a technical person, so I did encounter difficulties trying to create a website, and I'm like, I can't do this. So for the first few months, I almost wanted to give up. Because one thing is, you think about the time you've invested and the money, I'm like, what's going on? Why is this not working? And I don't want to get into that point whereby I'm depressed about it, so I just let it stay, and I kept away from it for a couple of maybe weeks or months. But then I kept calling back my mentor, and he kept pushing me, and to some point he said, get into the community and the community will be of help. So I dived into the Keep It Simple community, and to my greatest surprise, what kept me stuck for weeks and months was solved within a few minutes. And that was when I said, wow, so this is possible, something that has kept me stuck. And with that, I kind of learned a few techniques from, I don't forget that day. There was this guy that was there, I can't remember his name, but when they said share your screen, and they kept directing me on what to do, everything started falling into place. And after that day, I created my websites within a month. This is something that kept me stuck for 3 months, but after that correction, that something that kept me stuck, within a month my website was ready. And before I knew it, I started doing the YouTube ad. And from there, I went on to, I want to create a product for myself. And I went into creating a product and selling on Amazon as well. So yes, it's not going to be easy, but I think it's for someone who is determined, where you want to be, then you have to, I think it was Tony Robbins that said you've got to burn your boat. So that kept ringing in my head. When I'm sleeping, I'm thinking, burn your boat. How else do I burn this boat? I guess it has to be sleepless nights. So some days I would just get on doing it, and before I go to bed, it might be 12, 1, 2, and then you wake up in the morning and you feel tired. But the good news is, at the end of the day, everything was resolved. I have my website, have my product, I do the affiliate marketing. So these are all residual incomes from different sources. So yes, it's not easy. You will have some dips, but that is what makes us human. But I think when you're at that bottom part of the journey, it's just about the time that you saw. So just stick to the work.
Because this is where I struggled myself when I was starting out. Is when you get to that deep, nothing is working. It's like, do I give up? You're in that phase. You're looking at quitting, and this is
Yeah.
just right next door. Quitting is next door. And you're looking at all the time and energy you invest. I can't let go. And you keep hearing this voice that is going to tell you that, that embarrassment, that what are they going to say about me? These are fears that we all entertain, and these are the reasons most people don't even attempt in the first place. Now, when you were there, is there anything, like for me, what normally strikes my mind is I believe that for some reason that this Bible, ask and you shall receive. It's something that always rings in my mind. If I'm struggling in something, I need to ask. But the point is, you need to ask as many, the Bible did not kind of explain it how many times did you ask. You might did you send like anybody message and they never came back to you, and you sent another and they never came back to you, or you called somebody, they did not pick the phone. Because that was what was happening to me. I kind of reached out to everybody. Nobody came back to me. I'm like, you just have to keep asking. Somebody there until I got Greg, I think Fiona. They now came back to me because mine was more like 7 months of the YouTube campaign that Google kept shutting me down. So I didn't understand but for some reason, because I was listening to audiobooks during that period, that was what was motivating me to just try one more time. And I had it on one audiobook that success is just one more time. And as soon as I got that approval from YouTube, I started making sales from that day every month till today. So it's something that there's always going to be this phase that you go through, and once you come out on the other side, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. So did you listen to any audiobooks, or were you like, what was empowering you during those moments to bring you back?
I did listen to audiobooks, to be honest. In fact, I also tried some meditations because that helps me a lot. When I say it helps me a lot, it kind of it makes me creative, that's the word. Because I'm the kind of person that loves writing. And I sit down and I start thinking, what do I write about? It doesn't come that way. But once I'm listening to audiobooks or doing some meditations, the idea just clicks in and I get on doing some writing. So like I said, you gain a lot of skills in this training. I've started writing blogs, which I never did before, even though I've always known within me ever since I was young that I loved writing. But it's not something I invested my time or money into until I joined this training and online business. So
now let's talk about your Amazon business. When you got into Amazon, how did you pick your product? Because a lot of people hang on to this what's the product, but they don't understand that this part of the process, the believing parts, the mentorship, the meditation, these are the things that we must do in order to succeed on this other side. When you go into your Amazon and all that, do you have any idea what product that you were going to pick or anything, or you were just like going?
Oh, sorry. No, I at first I did not have any idea of what I wanted to sell, but in the training there was this software we were introduced to where you kind of search for products. But I kept searching and when I look at the scores, it kind of you see that there's a lot of competitive market out there. And so I advised myself start from within. So I started looking around the house regarding things that, I use. I thought about toys, I thought about a lot of things, but I needed something very tangible that could provide value to someone. So, and then I just, in this room in front of this system, I looked around and I saw a pest repellent and I'm like, oh, hang on, that could be it. And that was it. I just used the software to search that and I'm like, okay, this sounds good. The competitive market out there is not much and the demand is high. And I'm like, oh, that's it. And I just decided, okay, I'll give this one a shot. And I went ahead, ordered the product, and it arrived. And I did everything necessary for it to come up live on Amazon. And then they made arrangements to pick it up. And that was it. And before I know it.
So how do you think your support from SFM training and all the mentorship and all the training, how do you guys do, how do you attend webinars in them? Because a lot of people think SFM is more like you have to recruit people. They don't see these other parts of SFM. That's why a lot of people. So the support you were getting from your, is it import experts?
Import experts.
Yeah.
Import experts. Yeah.
So how was it? How was the relationship with you guys?
It was wonderful. I mean, Anna and Jay, I think, they've been really helpful. Every Monday we do have a question and answer section whereby if you're struggling with anything regarding your import expert journey, you just throw the question in and they help you answer it. And apart from that, there's a lot of training and videos on, the import expert website as well, if you remember. So in there, any question like through your journey with Amazon, whatever you need to do, because these are stages, there are tasks that you need to complete. So if you get stuck, you just go back, look up the video and see how you can resolve it. Then if your answer is not there, just come live on Monday at 8 o'clock and throw in your questions, and they are very much happy to answer.
Awesome. So that means there's always support going on.
Every time.
All right. All you just need to do is do the same thing. Ask.
Ask and it shall be given.
And it shall be given. But a lot of people ask once and they quit.
No. So let's keep asking.
Let's wrap this baby up. Now you're looking at this whole thing now, the future. You've made a couple of sales now. And there's something like they say, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And because a lot of people think you need one product to be a millionaire, but you now realize you might need to launch another one and another one. Are you seeing, how long is it going to take you now from this old one that you did? Maybe how long did it take you to launch this one?
In this case, it took me a bit longer, but that is because of my schedule and my life. You know, I just, if I'm going to do it again, it's not going to take too long anymore. It's just
how long do you think it's going to take you now?
I'd expect maybe maximum 4 weeks. Maximum 4 weeks, because I will have to order the product and it would come into the UK.
So you're trying to tell me now that it's possible to launch if you got the time, you can launch product every month.
Yes.
End of the year.
Exactly. Because all you need to do is create your listing. You know your product, so you go ahead, order it on time, start creating your listing before the product comes in, set it up on Amazon, and once your product is in, package it and send out. And that's it. As long as you meet the compliance with Amazon, everything is okay. Once they receive it, your goods is already live. Just do your homework.
Before you started SFM, did you have any idea of all these things?
No. I didn't even think about selling on Amazon for anything. I never even knew that people could make money online. To be honest, I felt, because I mean, the way I was brought up is you have to study hard. Either you're a medical doctor or an engineer or a lawyer to get, earn a good or fat salary. So that was the norm of the day for me. That was what I did all the time. And no one told me you can actually make money online. Even when I saw such ads on, coming to Google and all that, I've never paid any attention to it. Maybe because it's a text ad or something, but I never believed you could make money online until I joined SFM.
Right. Let me ask you the brilliant question everybody normally asks. Have you made money while you're sleeping?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I have. I mean, my products are selling now, so I woke up one day, I'm like, oh my God, I've got like how many reviews? And I'm like, wow, this works. So yes.
That is a feeling nobody can understand until you're not there, you're not thinking about it, nothing is happening, and you're making money.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
all about rinse and repeat. You just know what to do. So now, final thoughts. Wrap this baby up. You have a sister. She's very young. She's married with kids, and she's stuck in her job, a nurse. What would you say to her? She doesn't have enough time. She's stressed out with her. She doesn't have a good relationship with her husband. So what would you say? Is it possible for them to like change their finances?
I think I will start advising her on how to create residual income, and being that I've gone through it myself, so it's no longer someone told me story. It's look at my life. It's reflecting that. If you want to, give it a shot.
Stop it.
That's it. You know, when one skill I'm beginning to learn is how to get somebody that doesn't have faith and give them just a little bit to hang on to keep moving, because that's where I respect Ross very much.
Daddy, are you finished now?
2 minutes. That's where I respect, because he is a multi-millionaire. But when he speaks with you, he comes down to your level.
Yeah.
Yo, that I try to emulate from him, because it's very easy now. Because I saw myself when I started making like thousands of them. I'm like, when somebody tells me this industry is not real, I'm like, my friend, don't I don't want to hear that. I started behaving as if money started controlling me. So that's when I went back to Stuart, and he started trying to get me to understand that this is about helping people. So he always makes me stay humble.
Yeah.
Always, no matter what they say to me, always try and see them like a child, and not like pamper them, but not babysit. But you know what I'm trying to say. Just lead them gradually until they have faith or they start believing in themselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I learned from Stuart Ross. Very well. He has a very phenomenal skill. Anyway, thanks for coming out to share this story. I know this is going to inspire a lot of people, and keep doing the work. And I'll hope to send you a lot of students to come, because be ready. They are coming. They are coming. They are looking for your numbers. So if they want to find you, where do you think they should go? If they want to find you online, because I know you're still busy. You're still working now. You just literally started. You don't have a lot of time.
If you want, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. So Facebook, I think you would find me with Blessing Abo.
A lot of people are coming.
Right. Yeah. And I've got a YouTube channel. I think it's Blessing as well.
You're still thinking about, you're not even sure of your YouTube channel. I like this. When you're doing it in the beginning, you don't even know what it is. You're just doing it casually. That's how everybody starts. But when you start getting those rolling in, you start understanding that I should have been serious from day one. Because this is serious. Look, I had that attitude when I started. Don't feel bad. I know what that feeling is like.
Yeah.
All right.
And on Twitter, I think it's Ife Blessing. So whichever one you choose to find me, I'm available. Any questions, I'm available to answer.
All right.
And if I can't answer your questions, I'll refer you to someone who will.
That's the key. I don't know everything myself. If you tell me, I tell you I don't know everything myself. If I don't know, I tell you this person knows. Go and meet them and ask. Right. Take care. Blessing and Anne.
All right. Thank you.
No, she can't.
She can't. She's doing some drawing. All right. Come say hi. Say bye-bye to them.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye. See you later.
Can I say bye to you? Kids.
Royce.
Is it Joyce?
Royce.
Say Joyce. Royce.
He's coming. Right.
Royce.
She's calling you. She said she's coming and say bye to you. She want to say bye to you.
They're coming.
Bye.
She's Anne. You want to see her?
Bye. Bye.
Say bye, Anne.
Bye, Anne.
Take care.
Take care.